If you're about to buy a smart TV, you need to see this first. Every brand claims to be the best right now, brighter screens, smarter software, endless features. But behind all that marketing, some of these TVs are straight up disappointments. The number 3 worst one? It's sitting in major stores everywhere, and most people have no clue. That budget king everyone online keeps hyping doesn't even make the top 5 once you see how it actually performs long term. But the brand that takes the top spot, the one that actually deserves your money, isn't Sony, isn't Samsung, and it costs less than you'd think. 12 brands, ranked worst to best. You're about to save yourself from a massive mistake. Here we go. Number 12, Element. Look, I get it. $200 for a 55-inch TV sounds amazing, but the second you turn one of these on, you'll understand why it's so cheap. These started as store-brand TVs in the early 2000s. The whole game plan was license Roku or Google TV, grab the cheapest panels they could find overseas, slap a logo on it, and ship it out. No engineers obsessing over picture quality. No lab fine-tuning colors, just pure budget. And you can see it in the picture. HDR mode? Might as well not exist. You're getting maybe 300 nits of brightness that's like an old computer monitor, fire up a movie that's supposed to have those punchy highlights, and it looks like someone put a lamp on low. Blacks are gray, colors wash out if you're not sitting dead center, and anyone on the couch to your left or right is watching a completely different, worse image. Sports and fast action? Forget about it. Everything blurs because the panel's too slow to keep up. Try gaming and you'll feel like there's a delay between your controller and what's happening on screen. Because there is. Here's the thing though, these things break. A lot. Forums are full of people complaining about screens going black randomly, apps freezing, units dying after a year and a half. The plastic feels cheap, the stands are wobbly, and the speakers sound like they're coming from inside a can. Lab tests back this up. Multiple outlets have rated these as fair for motion and contrast. And fair in TV testing language means not good. So here's my take. If you need something for a garage or a guest room that gets used twice a year, fine. But your main TV, the one you're watching every night, don't do this to yourself. If nostalgia is your weakness, number 11 will test you. Number 11, Westinghouse. The hook is simple. Massive screens for cheap. 75 inches for less than a lot of 55-inch TVs. They've got Roku or Google TV built in, so the streaming side works fine. Apps, interface, all that totally usable. But then you actually watch something on it. These are edge lit, which means the LEDs are around the edges instead of behind the screen. Old cost-cutting trick, and it absolutely kills the contrast. Blacks look gray. Dark movie scenes look like someone's shining a light behind the panel. HDR barely does anything because the brightness tops out around 400 nits, and without proper dimming, bright stuff doesn't pop the way it should. The software's a mess too. Even though Roku and Google TV are solid platforms, somehow these feel like they're running on ancient processors. Apps take forever to open, scrolling stutters, and after you install a few things, the whole system starts dragging. Firmware updates are rare, and when they do show up, they're usually just security patches. Quality control is all over the place. Some people get units that work okay. Others get dead pixels, uneven lighting, audio that doesn't sync up. Customer service is a nightmare, and good luck finding replacement parts when the models change every 6 months. Testing labs consistently rank these near the bottom for contrast, motion, and color. These are real measurements, not just opinions. And here's the kicker, you're not even saving much anymore. Hisense and TCL blow these away on picture quality, and they're basically the same price during sales. For your main TV, pass. Number 10, Insignia F30. This is Best Buy's house brand. The F30 is their budget workhorse. And honestly, for a dorm, a bedroom, or a kitchen where the TV's mostly just on in the background, it's fine. The big win here is Fire TV. Amazon's interface is fast, simple, and Alexa's built in, so you can just yell at it to change shows. Everything's right there. Netflix, Prime, Disney+. Setup takes like 5 minutes and it just works. But let's be real about the picture. This is a basic LCD with no local dimming. One backlight for the whole screen, so when you're watching something dark, the entire panel glows. Blacks turn gray, details disappear in shadows, and HDR looks flat. Brightness is mid-300s, which is fine in a dark room, but gets washed out the second you have windows or lights on. Motion's not great. It's a 60 Hz panel with slow response times, so fast sports or action gets blurry. Gamers will definitely notice. There's no VRR, no fancy gaming features, and input lag is just okay. Colors are decent out of the box, not amazing, not terrible. Viewing angles are narrow though, So if you're having people over and they're sitting to the sides, they're seeing a dim, washed out picture. Some of these last for years. Others start having issues with backlight bleed, random reboots, HDMI problems. It's hit or miss. When you compare it to mid-range mini LED TVs, the gap is obvious. But this isn't trying to compete with those. It's trying to be cheap and functional. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Bottom line, grab this if you need a second or third TV. It's under $300 and you don't care that much about picture quality. But for your main screen where you're watching stuff every night, you can do better. Want cheap and big? Number 9 does that with a trade-off. Number 9, Toshiba C350. Toshiba used to be legit. Back in the 80s and 90s, they were making high-end CRTs and early flat screens that went head-to-head with Sony. But they sold the TV division, licensed the name, and now it's more about the logo than actual engineering. Still, the C350 has found its lane as the huge screen-for-less option. What it does well: size and software. You can get a 65 or 75-inch on sale for a price that makes you look twice. Fire TV works great, same smooth experience as the Insignia. Fast menus, Alexa, all the apps. And for family rooms where people are watching from all over, the viewing angles actually hold up better than some budget competitors. But the picture quality is just okay. Edge-lit panel, no local dimming, weak contrast. Blacks go gray in dark rooms, and HDR doesn't have any punch because brightness maxes out around 400 nits. Pop on a Dolby Vision movie and everything looks kind of flat. Motion's mid-tier. 60 Hz, response times aren't fast enough for sports or action without some blur. Gamers will feel the lag. No VRR, no advanced features. Reflections are manageable, but not great. Big windows or bright lights, and you'll see glare. And you get blooming around bright stuff on dark backgrounds like white text gets this halo around it. Lab testing puts this at acceptable good value if you catch a big sale, but not for anyone who cares about picture quality. My take: consider this if you find it heavily discounted and you need a big family room TV where amazing picture isn't the priority. Otherwise, keep scrolling. Number 8. Sharp Aquos QLED. So Sharp is trying to make a comeback. They used to dominate LCDs back in the 2000s, then fell off hard after selling everything and licensing the name. But these new Aquos models with QLED and TiVo OS are starting to make some noise. On paper it looks good: quantum dot color, Dolby Vision and Atmos, and a clean interface that's lighter than Google TV. Specs line up with TCL and Hisense budget lines, and the price undercuts premium brands. If you see one on sale, it's tempting. But here's my hesitation: there's not enough testing data yet. We need more real-world samples to know if these hold up. HDMI 2.1 support changes by size and model, and gaming specs aren't always clear. Early reviews say color volume looks decent, but we need more time. The OS is actually nice. TiVo's interface doesn't shove ads in your face. But firmware updates are still a question mark, and customer support in the US isn't as strong as the big brands. My verdict: wait and see. Unless you find a crazy deal and you're okay being an early adopter. Sharp might be back, but give it another year. Number 7 is bright and feature-packed with a couple gotchas. Number 7. Amazon Fire TV Omni Mini LED. Amazon finally stopped just licensing Fire TV to other brands and built their own. The Omni Mini LED is what came out of that, and it's a solid pick for bright living rooms if you know the trade-offs. What works? SDR brightness is strong. Daytime sports and news look punchy. Mini LED local dimming gives you decent blacks for the price, and dark movies look way better than cheap edge-lit TVs. The ambient experience thing is actually useful when the TV's off. It shows photos, your calendar, Alexa info. I thought it would be gimmicky, but it's clutch. Fire TV OS is fast. Alexa's baked in deep. App selection is massive. And Amazon runs promos constantly, so you can usually snag this on sale during Prime Day or Black Friday. But here's the catch. Reflection handling is just okay. Big windows or overhead lights and you'll see glare. Premium sets handle this better. And gaming I/O is limited on some sizes, only 1, or 2 HDMI 2.1 ports with partial 120Hz support. Console gamers need to check the specs carefully. Darkroom performance shows some haloing around bright objects. Input lag in game mode is fine for casual gaming, but not competitive level. Testing confirms the SDR brightness is high for the price, and most owners are happy with it once they accept the reflection thing. My take: buy this for bright living rooms where you're watching sports, news, streaming. Don't buy it for home theaters or serious gaming. If this is already saving you from a headache, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Number 6. Vizio Quantum Pro. Vizio used to own the value category. The Quantum Pro still delivers bright, colorful pictures for the money, but the competition's caught up and passed them in some important ways. What it does well, SDR brightness is excellent. Colors pop. Wide color gamut looks great on test charts and in real content. Pricing's still competitive, and when it's on sale, the value looks solid. But here's where it falls short. Local dimming isn't as precise as TCL, Hisense, or Sony. Blacks lift more than they should. Blooming control isn't tight. Watch a dark movie with subtitles or bright UI elements, and you'll see distracting halos around everything. Software's improved, but it's still not great. SmartCast is faster and more stable than it used to be, but app hiccups and HDMI CEC handshake problems still pop up in forums. Firmware updates are more regular now, but the timing's still uneven. When you bench test this against top mini LEDs from TCL and Hisense, the black levels are higher. Color volume is impressive, but contrast takes a hit. My verdict: consider this if you find it priced way lower than the competition. Otherwise, there are better picks higher on this list. Number 5, Roku TV Plus. Pro Series Roku finally stopped just licensing their software and actually built TVs, the 25 Plus and Pro Series prove they can nail picture quality without messing up the interface everyone loves. Here's what makes this special. Cleanest smart TV interface, period. No clutter, no confusing menus, no fighting with settings. Setup takes 5 minutes, apps never crash, every streaming service just works. For people who don't want to tinker and families who just want a TV that works, this is perfect. Picture quality finally backs it up. Local dimming gives you solid blacks for the price. Color accuracy out of the box is surprisingly good. The Pro Series has built-in audio that actually sounds decent, not soundbar quality, but way better than most TV speakers. But there are limits. Peak brightness isn't class-leading. Sunlit room, and the image will look dim compared to TCL or Hisense mini LEDs. Motion processing and upscaling are good, not great. Gaming features are adequate. HDMI 2.1 exists, but input lag and VRR performance aren't as good as dedicated gaming TVs. And prices have gone up. You're paying extra for that interface simplicity, which is fair, but the picture per dollar value isn't as aggressive anymore. Reviews consistently call the Plus and Pro a balanced recommend for people who value ease of use over specs. My verdict? Buy this for family rooms and simplicity first users. Zero hassle, good enough picture. If you're a tweaker or power user, keep going. Specs monsters now. Number 4 is a rocket ship with quirks. Number 4, TCL QM851G. This is a spec sheet beast. Insane brightness, deep blacks, full gaming features, aggressive price. But you need to know what you're signing up for, what it dominates, peak brightness. This thing hits luminance levels that compete with TVs costing twice as much. HDR highlights cut through even the brightest living rooms. Local dimming zones are dense enough to control blooming. Blacks are deep, contrast is excellent, the image just pops. Gaming, features are real. 4K at 144 Hz works. VRR and ALLM across all HDMI 2.1 ports. Input lag in game mode competes with gaming monitors. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, high-end PC, this keeps up. But here's where it gets quirky. VRR can stutter near certain refresh rates until you dial in settings. Some people report motion artifacts in specific content until they tweak motion settings. And on the biggest sizes, 85 inches and up, there are rare reports of coil whine during bright scenes. Google TV is feature-rich, but feels heavy and sluggish compared to Roku or Fire TV. Firmware updates have gotten better, but sometimes an update fixes one thing and breaks another. Community forums are full of optimization tips. That tells you everything this is powerful, but you'll spend time tuning it. Lab testing confirms top-tier brightness. VRR issues are documented across samples. My verdict? Buy this if you're a gamer or need a TV for a bright room and you're comfortable tweaking settings. Want plug and play? This isn't it. Want performance per dollar? Hard to beat. Number 3 is the value champ with fewer compromises. Number 3, Hisense U8N. This is the people's champ. Premium picture quality at a mid-tier price. For most households, this is the sweet spot. What it nails: brightness. SDR and HDR content looks punchy and vibrant without destroying your budget. Color volume is excellent. Blacks are deep thanks to solid local dimming. Overall contrast gives you that premium feel without the premium price. This handles mixed lighting beautifully. Sports during the day? Great. Movies at night? Also great. It adapts to different environments, which is what most people actually need. Gaming features are competitive. HDMI 2.1 with VRR and ALLM. Solid input lag, variable refresh rate support, strong console companion. not quite as aggressive as the TCL QM8, but more stable out of the box. EOTF tracking is solid when calibrated, gets close to reference without needing a pro to tune it. But here are the trade-offs. Reflection handling is okay, not elite. Floor-to-ceiling windows and you'll see some glare. And Hisense's firmware history has been bumpy past you. 8 models got updates that made things worse before follow-up patches fixed them. The U8N has been stable so far, but it's worth knowing. Independent rankings consistently put this near the top of the value tier. Owners love it. Performance per dollar is tough to beat. My verdict: buy this for most households. Best bang for your buck in 2025. Unless you're chasing absolute premium or have specific edge cases, this delivers. Premium time number 2 is pricey but polished. Number 2, Sony Bravia 9. This is what happens when a company famous for premium processing builds a mini LED flagship. It's expensive, but the picture backs up the price. What makes it special? Local dimming precision. This gets blacks that feel like OLED while keeping mini LED brightness. In dark rooms, the TV disappears. You're not watching a screen, you're watching content. In bright rooms, it's got enough power to stay punchy. Sony's processing is best in class. Motion handling, upscaling, tone mapping, all elite. Lower res content looks better on this than most competitors. HDR tone mapping keeps highlight detail without clipping shadows. It's the kind of refinement you notice immediately in side-by-sides. Dirty screen effect is minimal on tested panels. Sports and panning shots look clean. Motion interpolation can be tuned to avoid soap opera effect, and when you dial it in, it's among the best. Built-in speakers are decent, better than average, though you'll still want a soundbar for real home theater. But here are the compromises. It's expensive. You're paying Sony tax for that processing. Cheaper sets get you 90% of the brightness and contrast for 60% of the price. Off-axis viewing still trails OLED colors shift when you're watching from the side. Google TV feels heavy compared to Roku. Bench testing shows top-tier contrast and dimming precision among LCDs. This is as close as mini LED gets to OLED. My verdict: buy this if you want premium LCD with near OLED performance and you're willing to pay for Sony's elite processing. This is the serious home theater choice. But if you want the looks like a window vibe, number 1 takes it. Number 1, LG G4 OLED, the balanced endgame. Bright enough for real rooms, perfect blacks, elite gaming, gorgeous color. This does everything well. Why it wins: MLA technology, micro lens array, LG's brightness breakthrough. Previous OLEDs were too dim in bright rooms, made them hard to recommend for everyday spaces. The G4 fixes that. Peak brightness is high enough that HDR finally pops in mixed lighting. You're not fighting window glare all day, but you still get perfect OLED blacks. Every pixel turns off independently. Dark scenes have infinite contrast. No blooming, no haloing, no lifted blacks. Watch a movie with lights off, and the image quality is reference level. Viewing angles are perfect. Sit anywhere in the room, picture looks identical. Color, contrast, brightness all stays consistent off-axis. Ideal for family rooms and wide seating. Reflection handling is excellent thanks to anti-reflective coating. Even in bright rooms with windows, reflections are controlled better than most mini LEDs. Gaming features are fully loaded. All 4 HDMI ports support HDMI 2.1 at 120 Hz, VRR ALLM. Input lag is low, response time is near instant, Dolby Vision gaming works. PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. This is one of the best displays you can buy. Color accuracy out of box is strong. After calibration, it's near reference. Dolby Vision IQ adjusts brightness based on room lighting, and it actually works without looking overprocessed. But here's the reality check. It's not mini LED nuclear in direct sunlight. Floor-to-ceiling, south-facing windows watching TV at noon, a high-end mini LED will still be brighter. And the price is premium you're paying for OLED tech, MLA boost, and LG's reputation. Side-by-sides with older LG OLEDs show a clear brightness jump. Uniformity stays excellent. My verdict: this is the top pick if you want premium that handles movies, sports, and gaming at an elite level. Most balanced high-end TV you can buy in 2025. Here's how to choose fast. Quick recap. Skip the ultra-budget stuff for your main screen. Element and Westinghouse cut too many corners. Only grab Insignia F30 or Toshiba C350 when the sale price is ridiculous and it's for casual viewing. Sharp's comeback is wait and see unless you catch a steal. For everyday households, Amazon, Omni Mini LED, and Vizio Quantum Pro bring brightness and color but still trail in dimming and software. Want a TV that's painless to live with? Roku Plus and Pro finally pair that S-tier interface with solid picture easy recommend. Power users, TCL QM8 is a spec rocket for bright rooms and gaming if you're cool with tweaking. Hisense U8N is the people's champ best value play for most people this year. Want premium LCD with elite processing? Sony Bravia 9. Chasing true wow with balanced brightness, perfect blacks and full gaming features? LG G4 is the endgame. Not all smart TVs are actually smart. Longevity, software stability, and real brightness and contrast beat marketing buzzwords every single time. Let me know in the comments which brand on this list surprised you the most, and if you want to make smarter tech choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.